How's it going, everybody? I am Donut. I'm here with my fiance.
Right.
This is, of course, a Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards, and trans rights supporting channel. If you're not supporting that shit, get the fuck off this channel. This is What If, Season 1, Episode 6. Getting towards the end now.
Oh, yeah.
What's this one? Okay, what if Killmonger rescued Tony Stark?
Interesting.
Wait, what? When? Where? Why? How?
Because also, unrelated to the Killmonger side of that, but this I think was around when Shang-Chi came out.
Okay.
Around then. And so, we could get some more Ten Ring stuff if they want to do that.
That's true.
If they want to do a very clear, like, it's out in theaters and now this What If ties into it, I doubt they're going to do that.
Yeah.
Highly doubt it, but if they were going to do it in any of them, it would be this one, I imagine.
Possibly.
Like, when else have the Ten Rings come up actually?
Yeah. Yeah, they could definitely do it here, tie it more in there. But why is Killmonger going and doing that?
Well, I mean...
He wasn't a part of the Ten Rings, right?
No, but Killmonger was part of the CIA, right?
Yeah, I guess. And I mean, does the CIA know about what's going on with Tony ahead of time and all that shit? I don't think so.
I guess that was...
Because we're both assuming this is in Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it could be any other point, to be fair. It's a lot of times when Tony Stark could be rescued, but... It feels like immediately, like, what if instead of making the suit, instead Killmonger showed up and beat the shit out of everyone? Then what would happen?
And also, what?
This is a pretty wild one.
Yeah. Don't have any real guesses for it.
Yeah, I guess it's gotta be, like, in the original timeline, the CIA was gonna send someone, but for whatever reason they didn't.
Okay.
And so this is a small divergence in which... like
they
I guess,
did.
Yeah, like Killmonger sees the sheet of people we have to save, and governments to destabilize. Instead of going like, "Oh, I'm gonna destabilize Guatemala," instead he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna save Tony Stark."
Ah, big genius. Okay,
but yeah, what do you think might happen? Did you have any guesses?
I have no guesses. I'm glad we're getting more Wakanda shit, more Black Panther shit.
Yeah.
But I don't really have any guesses for it.
Yeah, because Killmonger's, like, the reason why he invaded when he did was because of the CIA playbook. It was the, like, I have to wait until there's a destabilization, a transition in power.
Yeah.
And you can't, like, I guess you could try and set one up, but even then, it's so hard. Like, he stayed dormant all that time until King T'Chaka died.
And yeah, I guess maybe, with everything going on with Obadiah, there's like an upset in power there that he can destabilize Stark.
Take over Stark Industries.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also pretty lost. But yeah.
Let's jump and put your damn headphones in and let's go.
I just want to read the subs though.
No. This isn't a silent movie.
Aww.
Alright, let's go. If you want to get the full length, check it out on Patreon below for $4 a month. If you want early access, check it out on Patreon below for $4 a month. To the whole series and the Eternals and something else. Hawkeye, is that next? I don't fucking know.
No, it's up
go check. You go check. Let's go. Okay, we're here for the discussion of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Getting so much Black Panther and Wakanda focus in this and What If stuff.
Yeah, I knew that Chadwick Boseman was having, some sort of a speaking role in this. Did not think we'd get, 3 different speaking roles at this point?
Yeah, 3 different ones at this
already?
point.
That is insane. I'm really, really happy, my
Same.
god.
And, getting a big thing with Killmonger as well, because, in classic MCU villain fashion, they all gotta die.
Yeah.
They can't be another thing.
Yeah.
But glad we're getting more of him in this. But we're just getting more dead characters and stuff in general in this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Getting more Tony is cool.
Because, it adds more characterization. It adds more, to their characters. They feel more three-dimensional.
Well, yeah. And again, Killmonger is still the best villain in the MCU.
Seriously.
Hands down, easily. Just so fascinating. I don't think we said a lot during this one, but I was just very captivated by how, engrossing this was.
Yeah, a lot of the other What Ifs, still incredibly good, but it is more of a, gimmick, I suppose.
Sure,
it's more of a, here's the thing, Captain Carter is the focus of What If Captain Carter,
Yeah.
Whereas this is, like, the premise is so out there that we were both like, I don't know what the hell this is gonna be. And that initial bit isn't as fascinating as just having Killmonger exist.
Yeah.
Like, everything else is, it stems from that, but it is still mostly just like, what if he did a different plan than the one in Black Panther? And seeing that is so engrossing, and seeing all the pieces that we know are on the table just being used in different ways.
And we keep, like, trying to predict it and just being wrong, and, like, what he would do in a certain situation to gain control.
Which is perfect, because, like, he always feels one step ahead.
Yeah.
It is such a good plan. It is a plan where, like, even thinking about the whole thing now, like, he tripped up a little bit, but for the most part, it went off, like, almost without a hitch.
Yeah. It went almost perfectly. And even then, like, the main issue you have is just, like, Pepper and Happy not trusting him from the get-go. Like, from the conference.
Yeah.
And like, Shuri not trusting Killmonger, like, from the get-go.
Yeah.
But, man, where do we even start discussing this one? Like, getting the, like, scene at the end with him in the, I'm not sure if we got a name for the dimension.
Ancestral plane.
The ancestral plane, like, being there, speaking to T'Challa and everything like that. It would have been even better if we got him speaking with everybody, all the ancestors there.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm glad we at least got him, like, speaking with T'Challa and everything.
Yeah, like, leaving it on this very, like, not ambiguous note, because we know, like, what Killmonger wants. It is just, like, T'Challa, being dead, just saying, like, this ain't gonna work out.
Yeah. And the whole thing, we were like, oh, well, he got the glove and everything. It's like, no, he didn't even take the glove.
No.
He left the glove and then just waited until he was able to be Black Panther himself.
It is... before we started this, I was talking about, like, the transfer of power and how could he possibly do anything involving Wakanda?
Yeah.
Because, like, King T'Chaka's not going to die this early on. Well, he killed the prince.
Yeah.
He made his own opening, which is its own destabilization of power, but while doing that, he also destabilized Stark Industries and America. It is such a, like... It's crazy to think that his plan of Black Panther was, like, a smaller scale idea, thing of what he could have done given the right moments. Yeah.
And, like, a masterful move of, like, taking out arguably probably the richest person in America is going to, have a hell of a lot of repercussions.
Yeah, and, like, at the moment where he was, like, the most warmongery, like, right after being saved, after, like, trying to triple down on all this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, even in the prime MCU, like, if Killmonger had tried to do something vaguely like this, immediately after, like, the first couple of scenes of Iron Man 1, it immediately would have been, like, 1,000,000% less effective. It was such perfect placements.
Yeah, you had to get him before any of that sort of, like, not that he would know any of that's going to happen, but, I mean, he might, know, like, oh, well, if like, the Ten Rings actually captures him, it might change him a bit, but you want to get him when he's extremely cocky.
Yeah.
And, getting more Claw as well, and, as you said, man, all this shit makes really, like, want just the MCU to be all animation all the time.
Yeah, because it's so damn good.
Seriously. Oh, I mean, I just wish in general we got more animated superhero stuff in general. I mean, specifically more animated more animated superhero movies.
Okay.
Like, we get animated superhero TV shows, plenty. I feel like nobody actually fucking watches them.
Yeah.
But, like, they're all pretty damn good. If you haven't seen it, go watch Spider-Man 2017. Spider-Man animated cartoons 2017. So fucking good. Insanely good.
Fantastic writing.
I'm also watching Spectacular for the first time. That's also insanely fucking good. I think 2017 is the best adaptation of Spider-Man.
I love Spectacular, and even I still have to admit, I think 2017 is probably better. It feels insane to say.
I hate saying it too, because I know if somebody recommends me something, I'll probably check it out. If they recommend me something saying it's better than this thing you already like, I'm not gonna check it out.
Yeah.
But, like, and still, I haven't finished Spectacular Spider-Man, to be fair. Only seen the first season. But Go watch 2017. It is incredible. It is so fucking good.
But, like, circling around to your earlier points, a lot of, like, we do get animated superhero movies, but they're all, like, direct-to-video. Like, that has been the meta for the last, I'd say, 20 years or so.
Yeah.
Like, excluding things like Into the Spider-Verse, which is such a crazy fluke anomaly.
Very new thing.
Yeah, both DC and Marvel, mostly DC, and does a lot of, like, animated movie stuff, but it's all direct-to-DVD with a direct-to-DVD budgets.
Yeah.
And so, sometimes it's good, but it's not, like, theatrical quality.
And it's
sucks.
not even like this quality.
Yeah, and that really does suck, because, like, we know that they could be popular. It's just, like, we're still in this rut of, if you want it to be a serious movie, it's gotta be in live action.
Yeah, which is mostly animated at this point anyway.
It's just fancy animation for people who don't like animation.
That really is. CG is just animation for people who don't like animation. But yeah, the animation and all this shit is absolutely incredible. Very, very, like, unique style to, like, the action and everything like that. Like, it really feels like it changes up its art style depending on the kind of scene that it's doing.
Yeah. I really appreciate it. Like, I didn't think this art style was going to be as flexible as it is. But yeah, it can really lend itself to anything.
Yeah. And the color looks incredible. Nothing looks too stiff. Like, it all flows very well and just looks incredible as well. Like, the shading as well is insanely well done.
Yeah, and it's just such a treat to see, just, you know, like, the heroes in their suits sometimes, because it's just like, oh, it's on live action.
Yeah. Like,
how are they going to do it in this art style, and how is it going to move, and, like, what can they get away with here that they couldn't get away with in the movies, in terms of, like, movement and flexibility. It's also wild that it's, like, there's so many shots in this where it's like, so you guys at the MCU, you do understand cinematography. You understand what makes a shot look really good. Can we have more of that in the movies? Like, they're so good with transitions and just, like, really incredibly like, framed shots and everything like that, which the MCU does not really have a lot of. Not a lot. There's not a lot of, like, great cinematography in the movies. They just generally have they all look really good, but there's not, like, oh, this specific shot looks very auteur or very, like, well-directed or anything like that. Like, there's a couple, but across all of the MCU. Yeah. The percentage is not very high. But yeah, and I feel like that's a lot of, like, whenever we complain about the MCU for certain stuff, it's like, sometimes there might be, like, one or two things that do the things that we're complaining about. But it's more the percentage that we are complaining about. Because, like, across, like, 26 movies or so, like, it's gonna happen. Yeah. But, also, very cool to getting, like, the anime, like, inspired stuff here. Oh, yeah. Especially with, like, Killmonger's actor being very, like, anime-loving kind of guy, and that was the weirdest way I could have said that. And with the Killmonger character himself, like, the armor is designed to look like Saiyan armor. Oh, yeah. And, like, yeah, so I'm glad we have that, like, influence in this as well. And just, like, outright stating it. It's also cool seeing the characters just younger, because, you know, this takes place in, like, 2008-ish. Yeah. Like, Killmonger, I believe, has, like, fewer scars on him. Like, it looks like it's, you know, just this area of his body. Like, it hasn't branched down yet. Shuri is, like, 8 years old. Yeah, she's so small. So young. It took me a bit, like, I wanted to say something in the moment of, like, why is she so small? And then I realized, oh, time, right. Yeah. She would have been really young. Cool getting more of the King as well. Like, yeah, because, yeah, King Shaka had so little time, and, you know, obviously because he died so early on, but still. Yeah, it's the kind of stuff I really want from What If, because I fully buy his feeling. Like, so much of his characterization in, you know, like, post his death in the Black Panther movie was this idea of his struggle with, you know, having to banish his brother and how much he regretted that and how much he would have, you know, regretted knowing about Killmonger. Yeah. And so seeing it here where he has a chance to make amends and he has no idea there's a darker side to this. Yeah. Like, oh, it's so perfect. And yeah, like, I would do all the same things in this, because, like, why would you suspect him? Like, he is, you know, he's perfectly covering his tracks and is very charismatic, and, like, I would believe everything he's saying. And, like, and he sets it up perfectly with, like, let them come in, then close the shield, then they're going to shut down, then I will restart them and blame it on Tony. And if they just came in and just kept coming, he would not have gained that trust. Yeah, because now he is, like, he is the Black Panther. He's probably going to become the rightful, like, king of Wakanda at some point. After that, like, maybe the world. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, I mean, also just like as we know from Black Panther, he wants Wakanda to be destroyed. So it really is the ultimate like villain can't lose situation of if the Jericho missiles hit Wakanda and wipes off the map, he wins. If Wakanda rules the world, he also wins.
Yeah,
like there is no situation really in which he loses.
The situation in which he loses would be not getting the Wakandan stuff out of Wakanda before it falls.
Fair.
Because, like, that's his real goal, is getting the Wakandan, like, vibranium and just technology and medical stuff and all that shit out to the world, for other black people. But,
Fair.
like, so if that didn't happen, that would be the lose state.
Okay.
I feel like. Also, like, I mean, we see him do it in this, but, like, not becoming Black Panther would probably also be a big lose state. Because that's the one, like, more of like a pride kind of thing that it would be a failure for him.
But yeah, like even like in the movie, for instance, we know that like Wakandan troops are already in every country in the world, so he doesn't need to get anything out. Like it's already out there. He would just have to tell them to start.
I mean, the supplies aren't being like it's still. What do you mean they're Wakandan? How do I put this? Even if they're out there, that doesn't mean they're communicating with anybody about it. It's secret.
Fair.
Like, that's not quite the same. But, yeah, like...
Yeah, like, as long as it continues to have a position of power, he can tell them all to, to rise up.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, when he lost in Black Panther, it was because the double thing of the shipment of stuff he was sending out of Wakanda got destroyed. But also, he stopped, being the rightful heir. And so all the, like, people stationed around the world weren't going to rise up.
Like, yeah, that is... Yeah, those two things are, like, the fail states.
Yeah.
Weird look for Tony in this movie, by the way. Like, in the beginning, he looks like he looks in the movie, but then he, like, changes his image up, and it looks so weird.
Yeah.
I didn't know when to comment on it, but I guess now is the time.
Yeah, I guess they wanted to, like, un-RDJ him a little bit.
Yeah, or something. Yeah, because he does not look very Robert Downey Jr. after the, after bringing in Killmonger.
Yeah.
And he looks way more like Howard. But yeah, also cool getting more Rhodey as well. All these characters like getting more of them.
Yeah, because where we are right now, they can start to be important. But like in the middle of like the currently published MCU is when none of them could be that important. Like very very start, they had a lot of focus because they were such big characters relative to everything else. Now that Tony's gone, they can do stuff individually. But in the middle, it was a lot of like, well, Tony's the main character. We're just kind of around.
Yeah.
We might not even show up.
I mean, that's just the case with like mostly all the like non-superpowered characters that are in like the cast of a superhero.
Yeah.
They just seem to not really be around much in the main movies, which makes sense because that's way too many characters. But at the same time, I also hate when they do like the we've moved Betty Ross to some house in the countryside, and now we're just gonna never mention her again.
Can you see her? No.
Yeah. Or Jane Foster is working on her thesis and is one of the smartest geniuses in the world. Thor, never gonna see her again. Never. Yeah, I mean, even like Tony and Pepper had like the whole like they were gonna get divorced or break up or something like that, and then that didn't go anywhere. They would immediately said no to that.
Oh yeah. They just need to get her not in the frame for Civil War.
Yeah, like that's really all it was.
Yeah,
and it was awful, stupid.
Loved the dynamic between Killmonger and Tony.
Oh yeah,
like. I'm really glad that it wasn't the entire episode, because I feel like they don't have enough Dark Mirror energy to sustain that. But they had enough for, up until the bit where he says outright, like, like, this is the, we are kind of the same, and Killmonger replies with, no, the fact that you think that we're the same means we're not the same.
Yeah.
But, like, for that period, I could definitely see that, yeah, they would probably be friends. I could see them really vibing each other. Like, I bought everything. It is the ultimate, like, doomed friendship, doomed bromance. Like, there's no way this is actually going to work out. But for the time in which it was there, fully bought it.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I really liked what they did with that. Like, it was... like, yeah, just... How do you put it? Even if it's not a real thing, like, he is faking it, that feeling is still there.
Yeah. It's just two very charismatic people playing off of each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, having Obadiah, like, just instantly outed immediately. Hilarious.
Ah, yeah.
Now, I was going to say, what the fuck happened to us seeing Killmonger making the Iron Man armor and having the arc reactor in his chest? Because I was like, that didn't go anywhere. I just went back to it.
That's Tony.
That's Tony.
Yeah, this is just the recap of what actually happens.
Yeah, I can't believe I thought that was Killmonger. Looking at it again, I can kind of see why with the lighting, but also from every episode in the beginning when they show the shards, every time I'm like, that's Killmonger. That's the only one I can see is Killmonger.
I didn't know what you were saying, but I didn't want to, like, start a discussion that would go, like, for 5 minutes while we miscommunicate.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know what you meant in this one.
Oh, man, I can't believe I've been thinking this was Killmonger for every episode now, for 6 episodes.
Oh, my.
But, I mean, that's crazy that this was the Killmonger episode. Not that.
What are the odds? What are the odds?
Oh my god, I can't believe I thought that was Killmonger forever. Like, looking at it now, it's like, Jesus, but... I blame the lighting. Like, they both have very similar mustache and beards, in my fairness. But yeah, I'm not sure I have anything else to say.
Not really.
Like, very, very tiny thing, but this was interesting to me in the sense of reading, like, the comics from the very beginning and everything like that. There is, the majority of the run of Iron Man is Tony and Pepper hating Tony Stark. Not Tony Stark, hating Iron Man.
Okay.
Because of the whole, like, you know, secret identity sort of thing, but that energy, I was like feeling so much of that with how much they were hating Killmonger and everything like that, and it was so fascinating to see them act like just exactly like they were acting like in the comics right now, with being so suspicious and being two characters that don't really like each other and are very like you know, they're not friends, they're just coworkers sort of thing, but like kind of working together and having a close relationship because of like how much they distrust this other person and how much it feels like they are fucking with the company and everything like that. And yeah, like it just feeling that energy was really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, not much else to say besides that. That was just a small thing.
But yeah, I appreciate, you know, again, the what ifs are so different in how they show us, like, a different slice of reality or what could have been. Yeah. I was really worried a lot of these were going to be exactly the same, but no, they've all been very different feeling. Also, with him being there, we had the, like, sonic weapon that Obadiah uses, but we've made it into, like, a gun that's, like, way more powerful now. And yeah, it's interesting how that hasn't been refined in the main MCU. Yeah. Like, the Tony's just like, I'm not going to use that. But I guess it can kill you really easily. Yeah. So. Yeah, and I think when Killmonger talks about it, you know, earlier on before he uses it, he does call it a repulsor. So I guess it does get refined, but into the Iron Man beams. Yeah. As opposed to the, like, wider, actually hurt your brain thing that it is. That's fascinating. Because that means in the main MCU, like, Tony gets the idea for the repulsors, I guess, from Obadiah having done that to him. And it wasn't, like, it was just, like, two little things that he put on the side of his head, I believe. Yeah. And, like, it does that, like, up the neck, like, sort of thing. But yeah, I don't think it could kill you at that point either. Like, the killing was just taking out the heart. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Oh, very interesting. I mean, I'm a sucker for the timeline of how technologies exist and technologies that are there and then never get used or that do get used in a different way. So yeah, so cool. I mean, also, I love that such a core part of how this all works is that, like, this takes place before Age of Ultron. So Klaw still has those giant tanks of vibranium that Ultron uses entirely just to make his final form. But instead it's enough to make all these fucking robots. Yeah, I'm just a huge fan of that. You know, it's so cheesy, but I also love the how could we do this? Oh, what if we miniaturized an arc reactor? No, that's stupid. Also,
look how easy it was to just make Rhodey's actor his, second actor.
Yeah. Oh my god, I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah.
So easy to just do that instead of what they did with Bruce Banner.
Oh boy.
Well, I think this is it.
I think that's it.
Well, yeah. See you guys for the next one, where I will no longer be saying that's Killmonger. What do we do with Killmonger? I can't let it go. Everywhere, people are gonna be like, "What the fuck? Where did he see Killmonger? What's he talking about?" People are gonna be scouring it now, like, "Where the fuck is Killmonger?"
Okay.
Okay, that's it. See you for the next one. Bye bye.